Good morning or good afternoon, AP College Credit Stat students. Guess it depends on if I'm talking to my first hour class, first hour starting at 7:30 a.m., or my fifth hour class that starts in the afternoon at the old 1:30 time frame p.m. Central Standard Time. Anyway, so sorry that I could not be there today, stat students. Myself, along with the rest of the math department, we are at curriculum today at district office. So if you have other math classes, you will have a substitute teacher in those as well because the entire math department is doing curriculum today. Okay, so if you need something, do feel free to reach out, send me a message, and I will do my best to respond in a prompt manner. Okay, and certainly Mrs. Dietrich Smith, who is your substitute today, make sure that we make her feel welcome. In fact, if you could at this time, give Mrs. Dietrich Smith a nice little phantom clap. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's beautiful. After all, we are in the K208 room, in the K hallway, where the K stands for kindness. You better believe it. Changing lives one day at a time, one class at a time. Sweet action. Anyway, okay, for today, stat students, you're going to be completing the activity, lesson 4.6, designing experiments. So at the top of the page, you'll see what is wrong with these experiments. This sheet, along with the homework page, labeled at the top, AP Stats, lesson 4.6 homework. You'll be completing both of those. Both answer keys slides have been shared with you in Google Classroom. Okay? Do your best to try to answer without referring to the answer key, just to see how you do. Okay. If something certainly doesn't make sense, definitely write it down as a question, and I will either answer it today or tomorrow when I come back or whenever we reconvene at school. Hint, hint, maybe Friday, I don't know, the wind chill. Hey-oh. Okay. So, but anyway, make sure you complete both sheets. Both sheets are found on my table. A couple of things I do want to point out to you with today's activity. Okay, first off, the idea of a control. Okay, we need a control because we need to be able to have something to compare off of. And you're going to see in Mr. Wilcox's experiment to start here, the No Shave November. Hey-oh, let it grow. Mr. Budick and No Shave November. Nothing like enjoying a nice little peach fuzz that I, from time to time, that gets to grow and stuff. Not very good at growing a mustache or a beard. I'm still working on it. Maybe it'll happen someday, but probably not. Anyway, so control. The other thing that I want to make sure you understand, the idea of replication. Replication. Okay? And certainly maybe you've heard of that in your other classes, science classes or psychology class with Mr. Hamp. Okay, but replication typically means, so we're replicating the same experiment multiple times. Are we getting similar results? Replication. The other idea behind replication in AP College Credit Stats is to ensure that you have enough experimental units. So for example, if we were conducting an experiment on different types of workouts, we would definitely want to make sure that we have multiple people that are doing workout A. Okay, so a lot of experimental units, in this case students, that are partaking in workout A. Same thing for workout B, workout C, depending on how many different treatments or how many different workouts you are comparing. That is the other idea to make sure you understand behind replication. Okay. As you go through today, okay, if something doesn't make sense, definitely write it down. Send me an email with those questions. That'll be great. Okay. So the activity, what's wrong with these experiments? Front and back, check your understanding. Add to your notes as you see fit. Okay. I've been noticing a lot more students screenshotting their notes and inserting it into a Google Doc. That's a great idea. That's awesome. Saves you time. And then you always have access to those notes whenever you need. And then certainly go through the homework problems. Once you finish both the activity sheet and the homework problems, in addition, I know, Boots, pump the brakes. Okay. I also assigned an AP Classroom Unit 2 progress check. Okay, you'll see that I assigned that to first try, fifth, and third hour last try, and now we're on this try, Stats A, try 2. We have Stats A classes are first and fifth hour, so make sure you go through. If for some reason your AP Classroom account is not working, okay, because you can work on all this stuff today in your teams, please do let me know, whoever you worked with, because when I show the results, if you haven't completed it on AP Classroom, it's going to show up as a 0. And I certainly don't want to plug any zeros in the grade book. So if you're working on it with somebody else, do let me know so I can make sure that I put the grade in for both of you. If you got any questions on that, certainly reach out. Okay. So a quick synopsis. We want you to make sure you finish the activity. What is wrong with these experiments? Front and back. Do the check your understanding as well. We want you to go through the homework problems, okay? And they're, like I said, they're quite lengthy, okay? So do your best to surmise, okay? I'm trying to make it as less painful as possible. Do your best to surmise the information that's there and write it down. And once again, if something doesn't make sense, certainly compose a question, send me a message, or make sure then you follow up whenever we reconvene again in class, whether that be on Friday or, maybe the wind chill, I don't know, 35, 40 below. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Dr. Lau, what he decides to do, Lamers, what they decide to do for Friday. But whenever we get together again, I will certainly be able to answer all your questions. Awesome. So thank you so much for being at school today. Thank you for working hard. And thank you for making sure that Mrs. Dietrich Smith feels warm and welcome. Okay? So, awesome. Take care, everybody. Have an awesome day. And until we meet again, take care. Bye-bye.